Good morning. Just got back from my walk. Sat outside looking at the beautiful view for a couple minutes and then decided to do this video inside rather than on my walk. I don't know why. I'm going to talk about the results the big results. The results of yesterday's no YouTube day. And yeah, so I didn't watch YouTube any yesterday. And this is only a problem, quote unquote, problem for me during lunch and dinner. I have tended to like to watch something while I eat, and I felt like I wasn't really sure what to do. Yeah. So I ended up, I sat here and just looked out the window, which is doing something in and of itself. But did some Duolingo, you know, looked at my emails, checked the weather, you know, looked out the window more. What I was finding was that I felt like I wasn't sure what to do, and I wanted, you know, it was almost as if I was not spending my time well. Like, one of the ideas that I had was to listen to a podcast, which I think is more acceptable. Um, I mean, what? There's no right or wrong here, you know? I can do whatever the heck I want. Um, I've been listening to this podcast between Andrew Huberman and Dr. Peter Attia on longevity and health span, and that's been really good. So I think, listening to something like that is, I think, for me, a better substitute than the distraction of YouTube. But anyway, it felt as I was sitting out here this morning and on my walk this morning, it feels to me, I'm going to speak from my own experience, it feels to me like it's a shame that that is reality, you know? That I can't eat food without like doing something or some kind of stimulation or some kind of, you know, learning something or watching something or being distracted by something, something. And coincidentally, my dad has been sending these videos that he took of us as kids to our little family group chat, and they've been fantastic to rewatch, and some of them are actually hysterical. But anyway, one of the things that I observed was that was just how much fun we were having without technology. Whether that was sitting on the little like car thing and like going around the kitchen floor, or like dancing and walking around the living room rug that had like this track kind of uh, built into it, or just playing with like little rocket ship, cars, or running around the den. And it's like there was not a single phone or iPad or TV in sight. And it's a weird feeling when you look at that and think like, wow, that's so different. Like how could I have had fun without my phone, you know? And that was a weird kind of observation that I made. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, do you feel the same way? it's like I almost feel like it's not possible to, I don't know that have fun is the right word. It's hard to not be distracted. And I think the barrier for dopamine and pleasure has been raised. And I think this is, you know, what's the word? Characteristic of, they talk about doing a dopamine reset and all that stuff. I don't feel overstimulated, but just like basic level stuff. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, I think, I could do this for a week or 30 days or 14 days or like whatever and make it my 30-day challenge. Probably not going to do that. Definitely not going to do that. But every time I do one of these no YouTube days, I think I learn something. Learn something valuable. And it's a reminder to me, it's not that I didn't use my phone. That would be another challenge. But it's a good way to reset, and remember that y- you live in the real world, not on this thing. you know so I don't know, will I make any long-term changes from this? Probably not. But I am planning on getting back into meditations. That I think has been valuable, and I think I'm going to try swapping, just being more conscious about it. I already track my YouTube use on my little activity phone usage timer thing, and I post that on my weekly blog posts. So I'm already conscious of it, but I don't know. I still get these bouts, circumstances where it just feels like it feels like more than zero is too much. When you could be looking out at the lake at such a beautiful view, and why waste any moment of that? So that's what's on top of my noggin this morning. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.